Solving a Dynamic Problem, Part 2. Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics, and where we left off last week was we kind of outlined our problem of needing to dynamically look at the previous month. And what I really wanted to get you to start to think about was, yes, we're going to use a where clause filter, but then we're going to also need to filter, since we're going to have a month and a year, so 2 columns, we're really going to need to use an inner join as our real true filter. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. So if you're new here, thanks for joining us. This is what we do. We do micro videos, and we are doing some SQL here, but it's really kind of merging into the things that we are doing on this channel. So, all right. So the task at hand is to find the previous month of the current month. So what you really need to do is really start to really deep dive into what in the world is that. So we got to kind of turn our SQL brain on. So first, we need to find the max year and really understand what that is. And we know how to do this is we do from, and the name of our table that we're going to be using is, I have an example of January data, and we'll talk about this, and I'll show you an example of the difference between January and December to show you that this does work. All right, so then where this, oops. So, well, actually, let's just, if you are completely new to this, let's look and see what in the world this brings back. So we're doing the market date, but then we also want the year. So we want the max year. So where year equals, and we learned this last time, select year, max year from same table. All right, and then let's close that out. So now what we will get is we will only get results from our max year, our year 2021. And in this example, there happens to only be 1 month, and it's January. So this is going to kind of trigger how we need to do this. So now this is where it gets a little interesting. So now what we need to do is we need to then get the max month from this. So let's look at this. So max month while this is. So we get 1. So we also actually, wait a minute. Okay, so we're going to we need to bring in the year. So max year. This is a little redundant, but just go along with me because we're already handling this here. So now, this is where this gets a little tricky. So because what we're going to do is we're going to join this, and our output is we want the max year and the max month in the previous. So if I were to take this right here for the month and -1, this is going to throw up, right? Because if I were to try to get this and merge this month 0, there is no month 0. We have 1 through 12. So we need to do a case statement right here. Let's bring this here so we can see this. I like this so we can see it. And we know that. There we go. All right. So now really what we need to do is we need to turn this into a case statement. So case when max mon is 1, then 12, else max 1, mon minus 1. And then end on case when max mon equals 1, then max year minus 1. Else max, excuse me, my goodness, sorry guys. Else max year, like I said, this is a little redundant, end year. So let's go over this. So if in this filtered query, if in our max year, our most current year, if it's the month January, go back to December. And if it isn't, if it's any other month, just take the max month minus 1. So that's the previous. So then we need to adjust this also for our, forgot a comma, we need to adjust the year as well, because right here, we're not filtering it, we're actually doing some math here. So if the largest month in the current year is 1 still, we're going to take the previous year. So basically we're rolling back. We're going back to the previous year and December. But if it is any month other than January, we're going to leave the year alone. So now let's run this. Let's make sure I'm not selecting anything. Run this. So now I get the result of 12 and 2020. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and this is going to be our quote-unquote filter. So we're only going to get the results for, let's come up here. Let's do this. Select star from this table. Same table. So we're going to highlight this. So we're only going to get the results in this table that match the previous month. So watch, and my goodness, we'll do it again this way. Then we'll put this together and you can see it. So the previous month, 12/2020. All right. And the way that we do this is, so we're going to alias this as January. This is a new table. Then we're going to join. And what are we joining on? We're joining on month and year. All right. And then we need to wrap this into a subquery. And then on January, Jan, mon equals, and we need to alias this, so sub, then sub dot mon and jan dot year equals sub dot year. So now let's run this. So we will get our full table only with records that are from month December and year 2020. And let's run this again. And I happen to know that there's only one record per day. And as you can see right here, there are 31 records, and they are only from year 2020 and month of December. And I'll show you, I have examples here for, then we've shortened the, let me see how much you guys can see, so I apologize. So I have one for a January. I made 2 tables, one for January and one for December. So as you can see, the results here are, this is December is the most recent month. So the previous month is November, and this is the same one that I was a little bit redundant with. So there, this is how you need to look, think about, and solve. You take the human brain, and if it's a Python problem or a SQL problem, however it is, whatever tool you are using, you have got to think about what you have at your disposal, how that tool works, and to utilize it to solve your problem. But let's bring this back down so we can see all of this. So we handled this first layer, a subquery in our where clause to filter for the largest current year. Then we did basically some math to get the month and year that we needed, and then we joined to back to our original table. So we've hit this table 3 times, and we can look at this again. So we are hitting it here, and then it's also then being filtered. There it is. So we're hitting this table 1, 2, 3 times to get this result. So that's how you want to think about this dynamically. First, we're grabbing it, we're filtering it on our year to really do some math on our month and year, and then we're taking that information and then rejoining it back to itself as a filter with an inner join. So there we go. Please, please, please drop any comments, questions, video requests. If you've not jumped over to the Discord server down below, please go ahead and hit that link and do that. We have a lot of activity over there, a lot of great questions, and a tremendous amount of support. And if you've not hit that subscribe button or the notification bell, go ahead and do that and give this video a thumbs up for me. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. And if you haven't, check out this video right here or this one right down here. And most important, make sure you're hitting this subscribe button and the notification bell. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.